Hey guys, Big Hair here, back with some DIYs, 4, 5, 5.5, 6, 7, some odd number of DIYs. I have about 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, I gotta get these numbers down. I only have just over a month left of my exchange program right now, where I'm studying in Copenhagen, if you guys weren't familiar. And the night before I left, probably from, it had to be something like 10 p.m. until 3 a.m. the night before I moved overseas, where I just stayed up before I packed. Was it before I packed? Before I was officially ready to go, and was just working on my little sewing machine, doing all these little DIYs for stuff that I wanted to bring overseas, some stuff that I just wanted to leave in New York, where I stopped along the way, and all this stuff. So I had a lot of fun putting off my packing, doing stuff like that, finishing up all these little projects that I had in my mind. And with that, I want to talk about them now. It's going to be a little different, but I think in a very good way. So instead of being a direct tutorial with all these steps to follow, it's just a few ideas, a handful of ideas that I went after, just to give you some inspiration, to show you that you can really go after anything, whether that's tailoring pants to your liking, going to the thrift store, changing some stuff up, going to the chef uniform store, making a bag, some jewelry, any little project. Because looking back, I really wish I would have spent more of my time, I don't even know if I should say more of my time, but I wish I just would have experimented with all these different things and made my own clothes or altered different things, gadgets, clothing, bags, everything in between. Yeah, so just spending more time with my sewing machine, spending more time tinkering around with stuff, as I did in 5th and 6th grade. The golden era, the good old days. So hopefully these simple little tiny things that I did at 3 a.m. before I moved to Europe will give you guys some inspiration just to go after whatever the fuck you want to do. And that's the idea. Last time I was in St. Louis, when I went thrifting, I guess for a long time I was looking for a nice pair of light wash jeans that still had some color to it. I tried some on in one of Kaylee's videos, but they were just too much of a solid color. So these are right up the old grandpa alley, the old dad alley, and I saw some of these styled absolutely beautiful with, well, I should say these originally had a very rectangular, almost flared out shape to them, which was just too much for me to handle, not the style I wanted. I saw these worn exceptionally well, this style of jean with some square toe boots, a big hoodie, like that whole you're allowed to wear hoodies now in a cool way sort of thing. And then I just kind of keep that idea in my mind, walking through the men's section, walking through the women's sections in thrift stores, and always keeping my eye out for them. These originally fit me just as Kaylee describes, exactly like her stepdad's jeans fit, let's say that. And what I decided to was, of course, tailor them. Right now they're probably at about a 7.5 or 8 inch opening. You can see that before, when I'm holding them up, they do look a little flared. So now they're almost more of a straight leg, just slightly slim there, not an intense taper at all. It doesn't bring in all that much, it's fairly straight. With that being said, I would say that the opening is probably 8+ inches to keep it fairly straight-ish. When you're looking for these, I was definitely looking for something that isn't too big, because oftentimes when you see these, they fit your seat, they fit your waist, they fit the back of your thighs. I don't even know how to describe it. You look like an egg roll that's been sitting in steam, all one that you're reheating and it's been sitting there in all the sauce marinating. Bad news. But for these jeans, what I decided to do was not hem them, not bring them up any higher, bring them up a little shorter or cropped, but I just wear them a little bit more high-waisted. So sit them right below my belly button, let's say, and then that helps fill in the seat in the back as well, as I just mentioned. And then the jeans sit right at the top of my shoes. So they have just the perfect length, a nice opening, fairly relaxed, but also still gives your body shape. Yeah, that's perfect. Gives your body shape. I was looking for the word. It came out before I even thought of it. Also, when I was thrifting that day, I found a little tech wear, a little trendy tech wear action. Not really at all. These are right in the middle of the perfect trifecta. They are cargos that are kind of cool. They kind of look like a 5th grader in their snow pants during a snow day. And they kind of look like your 7th grade science teacher. I think that's right in the middle. They swish a little bit, but not too loud. So it's a little bit of 5th grade action. Their cargo pockets are a little bit big and lazy looking for that 7th grade science teacher. But they have like a lot of cool zips. The wide waist is the issue because these were brand new at the thrift store, which is really cool, but it was like a size 36 or something crazy. For these, the only alterations I made to bring them a little bit further away from that science teacher look was I tapered them a bit. These probably sit at 7.5-inch opening. And if you're familiar with tapering your own jeans, that's not too slim at all. It just gives it a little bit more of a slim look towards the bottom. These are definitely more narrowing down, how should I say it, fast, more rapidly narrowing. They get skinnier quicker at a more exponential rate, more than those light wash jeans that I just showed you. And these I really got for Iceland. I really haven't worn them all too much in Copenhagen, but just something that since I tailored them, I can tuck them into those DAF ones, those acronym little Air Force ones, when I was out in the snow, in the mud of Iceland, trekking around there, which was an awesome experience. I recommend it to all of you. And just a cool pair of 5th grader snow pants that I could make a little bit more sporty, bring those plastic zippers to life, all the angles on it, the zipper by the ankle, the different pocketing, and I don't know, it just has a bunch of cool features like a belt loop on the waistband, or no, like a keychain loop on the belt loop on the waistband, the triple threat, but it definitely needs some sprucing up, and a little tailor here or there, a little alteration, just bringing it in a bit, did the job. Next is a little bag action. This is the infamous fake Balenciaga bag that I got at a thrift store. I think I got this like right when that spring collection was released. Then Kaylee and I were at a thrift store in Indiana, like far, far in the past last year. And it was hilarious that it was right there. So I bought it for probably like $2 or $3. It had these horrible straps on it, and I thought I could turn it into like a really funny tote. This project was solely for fun, just like a hilarious idea that we stumbled across right when it happened. And that's kind of what I want to get across in this video, was just like having fun experimenting. And I think that's what leads the most to your style, just having fun with it, doing these stupid little projects. So this in particular, the 2 things that I wanted to change was remove some colors from the exterior and change those horrible, horrible red straps. It was just this really cheap leather, the shape to it with this piping going through it, the little toggles on the end. I don't know how to describe it. Just made it look cheaper, made it look like a lunchbox, that sort of thing. And not that it matters at all, I guess, but to make it a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more my speed, I just spit everywhere. I got some little black webbing from online. You can use this stuff for so many cool DIYs, whether you're like recreating those Dries pants I have, making a belt out of them, making a bag out of them, super cheap stuff. One of my friends added like a little dongle to his pants where he can attach his camera or his keys. Super cool. And of course, a really cheap input. I had some laying around from a belt I made, and what I decided to do was rip off those straps, those old straps with the seam ripper, and then put these on with a little X shape. I think I went for that for 2 reasons. I think that X made it a little bit tougher looking, if you can even notice it, because you probably can't, and also just to reinforce it. So I did the rectangle and then an X through it, of course. And for the ends of the webbing, if you guys haven't worked with it before, you can take a little lighter, take a flame to the edge of it, and that will stop it from fraying, which is an awesome thing to do just to keep it nice and secure, especially when you are sewing it up. Unfortunately, with this bag, I am not bringing it overseas, nor do I have the time that night to change up the colors, but I do have a little quick tip for you. What I was going to do was cover up a few colors. I think it was the pink for sure, maybe the blue, or the pink and the yellow, one of those 2. And what I would have done was brought it into Photoshop, whether you actually recreated the design on Illustrator, if you guys have some background in graphic design, or if you just want to take the actual photo and then color over it, whatever you guys think, you can just pop it into Photoshop, pop it into Illustrator, recreate it, cover it up. I was going to spray paint some black lines over those colors that I didn't like, so just tape off the areas that I do like, spray paint it over black, and then finish it off with like a little clear coat or something like that to give it an even finish. And then I think the black would make it a lot more heavy, match the new webbing that I put on there, and then cover up those colors that made it a little bit too loud, a little bit too noisy, and it kind of clashed, you know, that sort of thing. And you can use that method for anything, whether you're designing a t-shirt, gonna sew together a shirt or shorts or whatnot, alter something, draw out a sketch, bring it into an Adobe program and go crazy. and then get a good idea for what it will look like beforehand. But also I think it's super fun to just do it all spontaneously and organically, and just be an idiot with it from time to time. I have another unfinished project to share with you guys for other reasons, but I'm really excited to do so. So this was another item that I thrifted with Kaylee on that same little run. It was this big navy overcoat, fit me amazing. It's a little bit old, worn, pilled. Just has some old long hair to it as far as the exterior goes. But I grabbed it for, wow, I want to say like $4, $6. It was definitely under 10, which is just crazy, being that it was the fall season when I bought it. Now there are two awesome parts to this. The first thing is that thrift stores offer you an amazing selection of items to experiment with, whether that is just fabric to test out if you've never sewn on denim, if you want to practice attaching zippers, or you want to, oh my goodness, it's just like endless. You can also go in the trash. You can also go in your old clothes, your parents' closet and whatnot. But thrift stores too, to go try out some different garments that you wouldn't usually have. And for me personally in this case, I have never, ever professionally attached a button. It's crazy, done it the right way at least. So here, it's a perfect opportunity. There's this great jacket, it fits me. It's pretty beautiful, but it's missing a button. One of them was torn right off there. So it's a perfect opportunity to take these old tortoise buttons that are on it with that little brown acetate look to it and replace them with something crazier. I originally wanted to go with like some really big white buttons with a matte finish or something like that, but that would entail totally redoing the buttonholes, which is something I really need to learn in the future. For this jacket, I bought a few different sets of buttons, some normal black ones with a few different shapes, some normal white ones, and also some small ones with a little gradient color. I think it was just because they were on super sale or something like that. I thought maybe I could add them down to the sleeve, get that formality while also adding some color. But more or less, I just wanted to learn how to sew a button and also add more character onto my coat. I failed completely. I only had needles for my machine, which do not work because it's heavy duty. So you need to like tie the knot at the front of the needle, and the back has this big ass trunk to it, big ass on it. Oh, it's a porn thick needle, so whenever you pull it through, it would create this huge hole. Just bad news, and it barely fit through the button. You should have seen the stuff I was trying. I put like duct tape on the end. I was tying all these things in knots on the end of the string to try and get it to stick. And when it would just eventually pull through. Anyway, that's something I'm looking forward to doing when I get back home. But that's just an example of learning while actually having fun and also being a dumbass. So it's good all around. It's a win-win. Okay, totally forgot. To hold up these pants, using the webbing as well as some smaller webbing that I used for that bullshit Balenciaga bag. I think it was in the shop back there, but here we are, here we go. It just has like 1.5 or 2 inch webbing, and then some also 1 inch webbing with a little Mil-spec buckle, a D-ring. A lot of people are making these. A lot of people popularized the roller coaster belt, which I don't think is the same as this at all, but as far as tech wear goes, there's a ton of this shit out here, especially when you get on to quick release buckles. And I just kind of went at it to hold up my cargos. My Rothcos are too big. These are size fucking 36, it's crazy. And this gets the job done so well. So I just kind of like thought about it and went after some different paneling techniques, making the small overlay with the larger webbing and just having some fun. Added a little loop for any like key rings or anything you have to attach onto there. And yeah, I just wear this when I'm skating, when I was out in Iceland, up in Finland, all of that type of shit. Having some fun with my cargos, doing some outdoor activities, and here we are. How long has it been? 2 months later since that 3 a.m. incident of making all of this stuff. This was all that night, so I apologize it's not all finished, but I just want to give you guys, I don't know what I want to give you. I want to give you guys my regrets of not doing or not putting more time into the past of just like experimenting and having fun and making stuff, because I think you can find, I don't know, you can just have fun, you can learn some stuff, and you can find your own style as you do it. So it's super fun. It's awesome. It's awesome. Super fun all around. That's it. Hopefully you guys like these 5.5 DIYs I had for you. There's the magic number. Until next time, everyone do me one last favor. Have a good day for me. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.